There's been a big celebration in New York City, especially one at Times Square, but a very personal thing has happened between two people there. Our own Gary Tuckman. I don't want to spill the beans completely, Gary.
Well, Judy, Times Square is emptying out, but there are a lot of stories in the big city. Great story happened tonight as we entered the new millennium. This couple right over here, this couple, these two stand next to me from Ohio. This gentleman proposed to this lady, and you said...
I said yes.
And show me what you have on your finger.
I have a beautiful engagement ring. Beautiful, I love it.
Now tell me the story. Was there any doubt she would say yes to you?
Yeah, I was a little bit worried coming up here, but the clock ticked down, and luck was on my side. She said yes. It's the best New Year's I've ever had in my life.
So tell me exactly when you proposed to her. Was it before or after the millennium began?
I waited till the end of the countdown, and once the fireworks went off and we could hear voices again, I proposed to her, and she said yes.
So it wasn't the year 2000?
No, yes, it wasn't.
You gotta know that, what year you proposed to her. So when are you gonna get married?
I don't know. I don't know. I just found out about it now.
Okay, well, we're glad you said yes. A lot of people are having a good time here in Times Square, especially this couple, as they celebrate the new millennium in a very nice way. Bernie and Judy, back to you.
Gary, what are their names? You going to tell us?
I think he's going away from us.
Folks, can you still hear me?
Yes, we can.
You know what? One question I didn't ask you guys, a very important one. So everyone in the world who's watching right now knows your names. What are your names?
Suzanne Hall.
And your name?
Jay Erickson.
Very nice meeting you. Good luck to both of you. Bernie and Judy, back to you.
And quickly to Texas. Candy Crowley is in Texas, and Candy, there's love in the air.
Yes, there is. I can't come up with a couple about to be married. However, we have run several times into a young married woman who is very pregnant, says she's about to give birth any day, and she has written Baby 2000 across her belly, which she's shown us several times. We are here in Granbury, Texas. What you're looking at is the courthouse, which really is the centrifugal force of this town, around which all of the New Year's Eve activities have gathered. Right now, they're listening to the tones of Larry Joe Taylor, a Texas-bred country western singer. He is the one that is going to lead the countdown to New Year's here in this small town of about 6,000. There's 2,000 to 3,000 here in the town square. Various activities, painters, palm readers, sort of a mix of a kind of a circus and a New Year's Eve, a sort of family time. Children, they just got finished doing the conga to one of the songs here. Right now, what they're waiting for is what people in every city we've seen so far in the last 22, 23 hours are waiting for, and that is for the strike of midnight, when they will listen to the bell peal off the top of this courthouse. This bell was constructed by the same firm that did Big Ben. It is something they're very proud of. They will also tell you that it has rung in 1 century before this, so this is the 2nd century for this town of Granbury, which really is sort of become a historic restoration and has moved from an agricultural community, and then in the 60s began its restoration, and now is a big tourist attraction. And so they have thrown this New Year's Eve party and calling it Back to the Future, because indeed this town found its future in its past by reconstructing all of these buildings, some of them from the late 1900s into the late 1800s into the 20th century. So they are prepared here. We have less than a half hour to go. Children ranging from babies up to elderly couples have been in the town square, and they're just waiting, like everyone else has across the world, for the midnight to strike. Bernie and Judy?
Candy, I listen very closely to you always, and earlier in one of your reports you said the town square is the epicenter there?
It is. I mean, the town square is sort of what they have built up around. The town is obviously bigger than this, but this is where sort of the centrifugal force, really. The town's main shops are around here, mostly antiques, souvenirs, that kind of thing. I have to tell you, there's a lot of folklore that they pass along to the tourists that come here. Also, this will give you an idea of what sort of town it is. 26 bed and breakfasts are here. So people across Texas. We were at bed and breakfast this morning, and we're with two couples who are celebrating their anniversary. So this draws them in from all around Texas, and they were hoping that some would come from outside this town, and indeed they appear to have come from all over Texas here to help celebrate in Granbury.
And Candy, picking up on your point about the lady with baby 2000 or words to that effect written across her belly, courtesy of the Reuters wire service, two twin boys born in Berlin, Germany, this night. One born in one millennium, the second millennium, the other one born 5 minutes later in the third millennium.
And wherever you're watching and listening.
They win.
And to you, our viewers, wherever you're watching and listening, our worldwide coverage. As we get ready to pause for a moment, look at this. Sunrise over Beijing. Sunrise over Beijing. Sunrise over Beijing, now over the Great Wall, and this is Tiananmen Square.
CNN's global coverage of Millennium 2000 is brought to you by Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete.